ready? My name's Lee Armstrong. I'm up here on Fort Gibson Lake shooting a video for Jacob Foote and Miracle here. We're back in the back of this creek fishing this flooded buckbrush, trying to find some bass. We've only caught one so far, and it was a small one. Really wasn't sure what was going to happen, so we didn't have the camera rolling. Of course, that's the way it goes when you're out trying to film this stuff. You never film it at the right time, and you're not filming. But now I've got my beautiful wife. She's running the camera for me. And if I don't get this thing out of that tree, I'm gonna be up in this buckbrush pretty good. So I don't want to be up in there because I want to try to catch something out of there. I'm taking this fishing this rage tail, just working across the outer edges of this flooded stuff, trying to find something. It's about 85 degrees. The water lake levels, depending on who you ask. Channel 6 says it's about 15 foot above normal. I talked to a local this morning at the boat ramp, and he says it's 17 foot above normal. So you use your own judgment. The only boat ramps that are open on this lake right now is the state park, and it's really not a boat ramp. It's where the boat ramp was. You're just backing down in there on the road. So I wasn't real sure because I'd never used that ramp before, but it worked out all right. You just got to dodge the trees as you come out. But we'll see what we can find around some of this stuff right here. Hopefully I'll pick a fish off. I don't really care if it's big or little. Anytime you catch a fish is a good thing. Granted, now I'd like to have one that go about 5 pounds, 6 pounds, but at this point in the game right now, it's midday, it's hot, the water's still rising. I don't think the fish have moved back up in here yet. I know some of the smaller fish are, but they're the ones that live here year round. So they've moved up into this stuff, but the bigger fish haven't yet. They haven't chased the bait fish up in here, but they will. They'll come up in here eventually. As you can see, this bait is weedless. I can bring it in here and throw it across stuff that I wouldn't normally throw another bait across. Every now and then I check that hook to make sure it's still up in there, making this bait totally weedless. What I like about this bait is you can throw it out there and stop it up on top of that mat, and it will just lay there until you start it again. And then when you pull it off, let it sink a little bit, and then pick it back up and bring it back in. You can fish it like that. You can stop it and start it. A lot of times you get a bite on the fall. Sometimes they want, if they're real aggressive, they'll take it when you're reeling it. One thing you want to make sure is when you bring it through that stuff and a fish does come up there and hit it, you want to wait for a second. You don't want to jerk on when you hear that fish hit it or it blows up on it. If you do, you're going to pull it right out of their mouth. They wait till you feel pressure. Once you feel that pressure, then you can set the hook. And I fished some good looking water this afternoon or morning, and I would love to catch a big one while it's on camera. But you never know. That's why they call it fishing. And there ought to be one laying right in here. Come between them two trees. Stop it right there at that last one. You never know. It's one of them deals. It's fishing. I'll vary my retrieve. You know, they're not wanting it a steady retrieve, so I'll start and stop it, start and stop it. Now if you lower your rod tip down just a little bit, when you bring it up, it'll make a deeper, have a deeper splash to it. Right now we're sitting in about 12.5 foot of water. Normally there's only about a foot in this, right in here. As you can see, it goes all the way back up in them trees. There's a lot of water in this lake right now. Don't be afraid to throw this, when you're fishing stuff like this, don't be afraid to throw it out in the open water either. Because there's a lot of flooded stuff underneath this water. You never know what might come up there and get it. I was up here, probably 6-7 years ago when the lake was up. I was fishing a tournament. It was a youth tournament. They had to have an adult in the tournament and in the boat with you at the same time. A buddy of mine, his stepson wanted to fish, so him and I come up here, and it just so happens that he couldn't fish that weekend. So he asked me if I'd take him. So I told him I would. We come up here, we had over 22 pounds of fish in one tournament from this spot right here. Unfortunately, 22 pounds wasn't enough. It took 23 pounds to win it. We ended up finishing second. He got a nice prize. He was happy, but I'd rather seen his name in first place. That's just the competitor in me. And you think that there'd be a fish in that buckbrush right there. Get up here to this next one, see if I can't pick something else off of something else. I'm gonna put that brush hog I got tied on, see if I can't flip something out of it. They don't seem to be too aggressive today. One thing you always want to do when you're flipping, make sure that that hook's up in there good. Otherwise you'll be hung up. Flip it out there like that, just as close as you can get it, and let her sit. You can see where the grain stopped on this brush from all the water being in here. That's kind of a telltale sign that there's been a lot of water in here. Again, I want to thank my lovely wife for running the video camera for me. Makes it a whole lot easier on me because I don't have to try to fish and talk and run the camera all at the same time. She's pretty amazing. She allows me to come out here and fish pretty much whenever I want, whether she wants to come or not. You got to have that support when you're trying to fish. I know Jacob and his wife, Jacob's very family oriented. So is Miracle Ear. Miracle Ear is a family owned company. If you guys need hearing aids, contact your local Miracle Ear dealer. They can hook you up. I know I've been to see Mark there in Owassa. got a good practice, good clinic. Very, very nice man. Oh, there's a brush pile. Didn't see right there. Got up on me pretty quick. Well, that ain't working. Go back to this other bait. I switch baits a lot. Some people say I don't switch enough. But you know, you get used to throwing one bait, you know that they'll hit that one bait, and I try to stay with it. Sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't work for me. We're gonna fix this brush pile here, and then we're gonna take a quick break and run somewhere else and see if we can't find something in another location. We'll make a couple more casts around this brush pile right here, see what I can find. If not, we'll be back with you in a short. Y'all be sure and check out Jacob Foot's YouTube channel. I think it's Fishing with Jacob. That's the name of it. I'm not real sure about the official name of it. I just got it bookmarked, so I don't have to go look for it. I'm sure when he sees this video, he'll be sure to edit anything that I've messed up. Come on, fish. Bam, should have been one right there. One more cast, I'm gonna come back down the front side of this. I think we're gonna make a run.